All right, we're on.
Can be bought in yeshiva.
All right, so there's a question. What comes first? Kibbutz Galius, meaning you didn't come back into Eretz Yisrael, or the building of the base of Mikdash? Is it the fact, is the shot that we're going to all gather in Eretz Yisrael, once all the Jews are there, then base of Mikdash building starts? Or is that it's already built, and we come into Yerushalayim, we come into Eretz Yisrael, and everything's already prepared for us? So, seemingly, or not seemingly it is, but we're going to show, not necessarily it contradicts each other, it's a machlekes amongst Chachmei Nuzal. What's the order of things? So, the first thing we'll cite, because we're big Kabbalists here in Tiferes, we'll quote a Zohar. The Zohar has its opinion, which says, Yivna Bei Mikdash Bekadmisa V'Yasken Echallah. The first Beis Hamikdash is going to be built. First Beis Hamikdash, then the Eichel will be built. V'Yivnei Karta D'Yushalayim, and then the whole city of Yerushalayim will be built. Ulabasar Yekim La Me'afara. And then afterwards, after we have the Beis Hamikdash, then all the Yidden come and we have Kibbutz Galus. And what's the raya for such a thing? Why does the Zohar just say it? I mean, it's the Zohar, but where can we see it? Pasha, we can see it in our davening. We have in Tehillim, we say, Beinei Yerushalayim Hashem. Hashem should build Yerushalayim, build the Beis Hamikdash. Nidche Yisrael Yichane. Sound familiar? Say it every morning in Pesukah Zimmer. And then, so Beinei Yerushalayim, first Beis Hamikdash will be built, and then the Yidden will be gathered. So, seemingly from here, and we also have another Medrash that says, Beis Mikdash Kedem, the Kibbutz Galis, that the Beis Mikdash comes first, and then once the Beis Mikdash is built, then we all come in, all the Jews come back to Eretz Yisrael. So that's one opinion that we see pretty clearly. Nice. So, we see weiter, we see the complete, the opposite. Another opinion we see in Medrash Tanchuma that says, Ein Yerushalayim nivnis ad shizkansu agalus. The Yerushalayim is not built, Beis Hamikdash is not built until all the Yidden are in Eretz Yisrael. Not until we all gather there, then we can build the Beis Hamikdash. And where did they get this idea? Again, we actually look in our davening. Davening, that sounds confusing. We look at our davening, we'll see davening actually looks like the order. We look at Shemoneh Esrei. In terms of the brachas that we say in Shemoneh Esrei, what comes first? First we say, Tekah b'shefar gadol l'cheruseinu, v'san nes tekabetz galioseinu, blow the great shofar, can collect all the Yidden, all the Jews that are spread across the entire world. And then after that, then we say Yerushalayim ircha barachamim tashu v'nei Eisa b'kara b'yamin binyan olam. Then afterwards we talk about building Yerushalayim, building Beis Hamikdash. So within the order, the logical sequence of Shemoneh Esrei, it sounds like first Yidden are gathered. We're all going to end up in Eretz Yisrael. Mashiach will come, take me on Mamish, gather us in Eretz Yisrael, and then we'll see the Beis Hamikdash building will start. So you see Zohar says one thing, the Beis Hamikdash comes first, and then Kibbutz Galus, and we see Medrash Tanchuma also citing Tehillim, also citing davening, that seems the exact opposite. That's the machlekes. So we have, Baruch Hashem, we have the Rambam. The Rambam comes from Machariah. We have a Sefer Halachos on Melech HaMashiach, Beis Hamikdash, Tiz and Yanim, Asi Lavei, and the Rambam paskins like the Zohar. Rambam's Mekubal. No. Not so simple, but yeah. The Rambam says that it's like the Zohar, that first we're going to build here's a quote. The Rambam says, first, Moshiach is going to come, he's going to appear. He's going to return the Yidden. The he's going to bring Yidden back to Torah. Yidden are going to do tshuva, everyone's going to become from. Then Mashiach himself will build the Beis Hamikdash. Only then, after he's gotten this all ready, he's gone through this whole process. We're back on tshuva, we're Torah from Jews. Then
we're all Lubavitchers, right?
Yeah, and then he builds a Beis Hamikdash. Then we're finally ready to go into Eretz Yisrael. I'm sorry, yeah. So Beis Hamikdash is already built, and then Yid didn't come in, like we said in the Zohar. And the way he explains it, just like he says that the gathering Kibbutz Galus is done by Mashiach himself. That's his own ba'ulos. That's his own actions. The Mashiach himself is going to gather all the Yidden. So so too we actually said that he's going to build the base of Mikdash. And Rambam actually says this whole idea is how we know it's Moshiach Vadai. Moshiach Vadai, we know it's for sure Moshiach. He's going to gather all the Yidden. First, he's going to build the base of Mikdash. The last thing he does, till we know that it's for sure Moshiach, he's going to bring all the Yidden back in Eretz Yisrael. That's part of how we can qualify this is for sure Moshiach. So going to when we see the sequence of events is base of Mikdash, then Yidden come in. But so seemingly it looks all one way. Not all one way, but the Rambam goes one way, and that's that. But the Rebbe gives an explanation that we could say the other way is also right. That really we're going to first come into Eretz Yisrael and then the base of Mikdash rebuilt, like we saw in the Medrash Tanchuma. Because we know the way that Rambam explains in his Sefer Halachos, he's explaining in a way, in an Eifin of Teva, in a natural way. We often call that if the Yidden are loy zachu, if the Yidden are not meritorious to have a super miraculous events happen, that naturally things will come this way. And that's the way he describes a very natural thing. Mashiach comes, Mashiach gets us ready, he prepares us, he builds the base of Mikdash, gets Yerushalayim ready, and then everyone comes in when everything's set in a very Tevadic way. So how could you say the other way is right? That really Yidden are going to come in first, and then the base of Mikdash built? You could say that if it's in a way, if it's an Eif Nissi, if it's in a miraculous way, then Mashiach comes. If you are Zeiche to just immediately coming, like we see from the Gemara that we're going to float, we could come in Imanan Nishmaya. We're going to come in Mamish on clouds from in heaven. We're going to be floating like that. Any second Mamish Mashiach can come, and we're just going to float into Eretz Yisrael. And only then, once we get there, if it's going to be a miraculous way like this, then we're going to be there, and then we're going to watch the base of Mikdash being rebuilt. It really will get there first. So you could say, based on Rambam, the way his halacha sefer is structured, the way he's stressing, that you could also say not like the Rambam, if it's im zachu, if we're meritorious to a miraculous way of going into the Gula. That's one way to explain that. Really, what we've been talking about, there are two different ways that this whole thing could play out. Another way that we could resolve the two deos here, because that this is both the Torah Hashem, it's all Torah. It has to be true they're both true. The Rebbe offers an interesting idea. You could say, so I'm saying what? The base of Mikdash comes, and then we go to Eretz Yisrael. So how could you also say at the same time that first we're in Eretz Yisrael and then the base of Mikdash? So Rebbe says there could be a chana, there could be what he calls a te'ima, like a taste of something before before the base of Mikdash is rebuilt. There's already kibbutz galus. I don't exactly know what it means. The Rebbe even says you can see kibbutz galus in Eretz Yisrael today. The last sikha that Rebbe put out, he said you can see me'ain, already the beginning of kibbutz galus, the fact that Yidden are all moving back to Israel. So maybe this could be the pshat, I don't know. That there's going to be a chana, it's going to be like a precursor, so to speak, where all the Yidden start coming back together. It's not the full kibbutz galus, b'shleimus, and like the ultimate, but there's the Yidden are going to come back together. Then the base of Mikdash will be built, and then there'll be the full kibbutz galus, and it's in shleimus. So really, kibbutz galus comes before and it comes after. So you can say that both that the Rambam is dealing with the pashad, base of Mikdash and the full kibbutz galus. We could also say that the Medrash Tanchuma really is saying, there's going to be some kind of kibbutz galus. We're going to come together before the building base of Mikdash. That's another way to explain it. So it's a lot of nigla. What does this mean, though? This is all nice. What does this show? So the Rebbe says that depending on which way this goes, it's showing the miles of two different things. Whatever the pshat is, if the base of Mikdash is rebuilt first, and it's a way, it's showing the mila of Yidden. If the base of Mikdash is rebuilt first, like the Rambam saying, like the Zayar says, base of Mikdash is rebuilt first, it's like the Eibishter prepares Yerushalayim and like Geula for us, to show like how much he loves Yidden. He's willing to like forego, so to speak, the greatness of the base of Mikdash and make it like a step to lead up to us coming into Eretz Yisrael. And what's the idea of Yidden going into Eretz Yisrael? It's kind of, I don't know if it downplays us, but it shows the greatness of the base of Mikdash. Maybe that Yidden have to first be there, and then we're going to see the glory of the base of Mikdash return, Kabanis, V'chulu. And it's showing that angle. And it seems like the Rebbe says, he leans more towards the fact that the base of Mikdash is rebuilt, like the Rambam, like the Zayar, that it's going to be the base of Mikdash rebuilt first, then we're going to come in. Because actually a pasuk in Yeshaya talks about, I'll just read the pasuk. It'll be on that day when Mashiach comes, they're going to blow the shofar. And all the lost ones in the land of Syria and the spread out ones who were in Egypt. Yishtachivu LaHashem b'Har HaKodesh Yerushalayim. So it says in Shai, then we're gonna bow down, we're gonna go to the Beis HaMikdash in Yerushalayim. So that sounds like as we're coming in, the Beis HaMikdash is already there, and once we're there, we're immediately going to offer Karbanis. So it seems to show at the end of the day, like it's the Rambam, like it's the Zohar. The point is, whatever way it is, it'd also be pretty cool if we just fly in on clouds to take it from Yad. Whatever Eifin it may be in, it should happen. Take it from Yad Mamish. We should see the coming Moshiach.
Amen. I'll settle for El. We fly.